My friends, we're going to do a soul tribe reading, and I'm going to try wearing my glasses today. I've been really struggling with my readings and my eyeballs. I don't know what's going on. Even right now, my eyes are starting to feel irritated. Anyway, I've been struggling with eye strain, and yes, I wear glasses like 50% of the time. Usually I don't, like my eyes aren't, why am I telling you this? Usually my eyes don't start straining until like 5 o'clock onwards. But anyway, so I thought I'd wear my glasses for this reading to see if that helped. I had to take a break after that other reading we did, that chapter. I don't know. I got some comments about that chapter, that it kind of made, especially people in soul connections, that it kind of, made them lose a little hope in their soul connection. And, like I said, I didn't agree with everything that was going on in that chapter. So I'm hoping today's chapter will be better. But yeah, I needed to recover from that. I almost actually I almost deleted that reading. That friend that I talked to who always messages during Soul Tribe had the same feelings, like wasn't agreeing with some of the things that were coming out in that book. But anyway, again, I think it's interesting how my higher self knew, that I wasn't going to agree with it. That's why it took me so long to read it. Anyway, we're going to read the next chapter today, but I wanted to get a few cards for us. It feels weird to have my glasses on with you guys. What are you? Bounty. Did we read that one last time? I can't remember. Anyway, this Ask Your Guides book, I wanted to pull from it again, and I know that we just used it, so I've actually put those cards to the side. But I like this deck. Sometimes I just feel super connected to decks, and, I guess I do that. I do that thing where I kind of gravitate towards a new deck for a little while and feel super connected to it, and then it gets thrown into the pile of other tarot cards. Not that my tarot cards are messy. That's like the one thing I have organized in my life. That's not true, but I have them in like little trays everywhere. Why am I telling you this? I don't know. So I told you guys about finding a cardinal feather the other morning after asking the universe for a sign. And then yesterday I saw a cardinal, and I have to stress that where I live, we don't just see cardinals. People don't just see them all the time. When somebody sees a cardinal, it's going up on social media like, oh my gosh, I saw a cardinal. Like on the neighborhood post page or whatever. I don't know. I'm not on Facebook anymore. But yeah, I saw a cardinal. I actually saw 2 cardinals, and I got a video, and I got a picture. But I took that as a really good sign. So have you been following the signs and synchronicities of the universe? Because I always tell you that once you speak that language, it intensifies. But yeah, let's get into the reading. I hope you guys are doing well. I have muggle things to do today, so I'm here in the morning with you. Again, normally I don't wear my glasses in the morning, so we'll see if it helps. The weird things that I want to talk to you about, it's strange. Let's do one more. All right. So let's have a look at what we need to hear today. Think about, any advice you want from your guides. This is an Ask Your Guides deck. We have Freedom, Runner Guide. That might be the one that I pulled that I told you about that day. But let's have a look. I'm pretty sure this is the one. Runner. Wait. Not page 54. Card 54. I do that a lot. Freedom. Your runner guide's message to you. I'm going to read the whole thing, but like in the little gray box here, you are not trapped. A more fulfilling life awaits you when you let go of limiting dependencies and trust your spirit and not your fears to lead. Find your courage, pay attention to your runners as they point the way, then fly. So I'm not talking about, I'm not talking about like a runner, like a counterpart runner. This is your runner guides. So let me just look at, I need to look at something here. Okay, never mind. So, liberation, escape, expansion, flight. Now is the time to shed dependencies that prevent you from living your best life and to remind you that you do have the freedom to move on. Don't hold yourself back. Why am I having such a hard time here? And I have my glasses on. You'd think I could read more better. I know that's not proper English anyway. Don't hold yourself back out of fear that there is nothing better for you because you cannot see it now. Instead, let your runner guides connect you with openings, opportunities, and invitations that will allow you to step out of your limiting and unfulfilling circumstances and lead you to the life you really desire. Examine your life honestly today. To what and whom are you staying connected to out of fear of change or lack of confidence and vision that something better is waiting for you? For example, are you keeping the same old meaningless job because you don't know what else to do, even though you dread going to work every morning? I was talking about that type of energy yesterday in a career reading. Do you remain in a stagnant relationship that your spirit abandoned long ago out of habit, insecurity, or dependency? Your runners are here to free you from such drudgery. They are pointing out avenues of escape so that you can move on to bigger, more fulfilling, a more authentic existence. Pay attention to all invitations, opportunities, and inspirations that come your way. You are being made aware of options you haven't seen or considered before now. Your runner guides encourage you not to resign yourself to a less than fulfilling or unhappy existence. Your runner guides want you to know the way back to your spirit and open the doors to a better, more expansive life. A brand new, more authentic and exciting world awaits you the minute you release yourself from dependencies and attachments that no longer serve you. Give yourself freedom. Face your fears. Listen to your inner guidance. Feel the support of your runners as they point the way out, and then spread your wings and fly. So this was reminding me of, I spoke to you guys, like 3 to 4 years ago, I went through a huge shift and I was feeling, like I wasn't enjoying my job and I felt unfulfilled in my life and I felt like something was missing and I just felt kind of lost. And I started getting these like intuitive hits about like starting a social media and, speaking about being autistic. And then when I started following those little intuitive hits, my life started changing. And then, my life kind of came crashing down. My tower came crashing down. And I'm still rebuilding it. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that mentions like really pay attention to any inspiration you're feeling right now or any ideas you're having about, things you should be doing, things you should be putting your energy towards. If you know there's things, I'm talking to myself too, if you know there's things in your life that are not healthy for you, work on releasing them. Anyway, I'm talking to myself. Okay, so let's shuffle a card out for you. We have unconditional love, teacher guides, interesting, 22. Affection, adoration, acceptance, awakening. You are a treasured, priceless, beautiful, and unconditionally loved child of the universe. Believe it. I love that. I'm just going to go to the next part because it's going to cut me off. You are a precious child of the universe. Your teacher guides are here to help you open your heart, drink from the cup of unconditional love, and banish any hidden or lingering low self-esteem. Yeah, get the heck out of here. Low self-esteem. Ooh. I used to think I would go my entire life having low self-esteem. Yes, I still struggle with it. But I used to think I'm never going to know what it's like to be comfortable in my own skin. I'm never going to know what it's like to be comfortable with the sound of my voice. And low self-esteem is such a waste of frickin' time and energy. It really is. And I'm not saying that we have control over that. I'm not saying that we have control over our own self-esteem. I think that the way we were raised, our experiences in life kind of shape that. And I don't think a lot of us were taught how to love and accept ourselves unconditionally. I know that that's changing now, or I like to think that's changing now, because people are, breaking generational cycles and healing and things like that. So I'm hoping that, that's changing for the better. Anyway. It is time to cast aside self-criticism and self-rejection once and for all and claim your divine heritage. Any negative view you carry of yourself is left over from wounds inflicted upon you as a child and not an accurate reflection of your beautiful divine soul. It never was. Now is the time to accept that you are holy and precious spirit. Your teacher guides are working with your soul to awaken your true worth and elevate your self-esteem. Refuse to see yourself through the eyes of critical others, either from the past or in the present. Only see yourself through the eyes of the unconditionally loving universe, for it is the only accurate reflection of you. Why am I having such a hard time? Start by listing all of your beautiful qualities and talents. Acknowledge and value your spirit. Know who you are and love yourself unconditionally. Do not rely on others to define your self-image or decide your value. No one has the right to determine or diminish your inherent worth. Any attempt by others to make you feel bad about yourself is a projection of their own low self-esteem and must be ignored. Truth. You are a divine being, created and called into being by the loving Mother, Father, God of the universe, or whatever you believe in. It's also on page 43, which is, love you. Your guides love you. I used to believe in nothing, and I was super unhappy, and I felt alone, and I felt unsupported. And now I believe in magic, and I believe in the universe, and I believe in all the things that I believe in, and I've never felt more supported by the universe. Anyway, I'd rather believe in that, is my point. We have Leap of Faith. Leap of Faith, Guardian Angel 3, Empress energy. So you have 22 and 3 coming out. March 22nd could be, my book is upside down. March 22nd could be symbolic. So number 3. Leap of faith, intuition, certainty, confidence, risk. Go for it. Your angels are with you. And that reading that I did yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw it, but it was like a career reading. That was the title. It was like, take that leap, go for it. Do it. You are guided to take a leap of faith and make a significant change in your life. This feeling may be prompted by your intuition alone. There is no rational evidence to support what you feel in your heart, not yet anyway. Nevertheless, your intuition is reliable and can be trusted. Your guardian angel encourages you to trust your heart and take the leap of faith you feel so strongly called to make. Do not ask those around you for their opinion. Only share. It's funny because I was talking to my partner yesterday about how he was saying how well I'm doing with all of this. And I said, and to think you told me that I shouldn't, like you told me, I don't think you should quit your day job. And like gave me a funny look when I said, I think I'm going to be a tarot reader. Anyway. So don't listen to other people's opinions, because sometimes people, mean well, but they'll deter you. Or if you have a fragile self-esteem and somebody says, why would you want to do that? Why would you want to put yourself out there? That can plant a seed of doubt in your head. And not No one is going to understand what your intuition is telling you. And you know, when I I told you guys, when I woke up one day and I was like, I don't think this is the life I'm supposed to be living. I still remember that conversation with my partner, and I was like, he must have thought I was an alien. Because like I was just completely I was like, I know none of it makes sense, but I have to follow my intuition. And I said the other day, you should be trusting your own intuition over everyone, over everything, even your own fear. Your intuition knows, your intuition is your higher self, and your higher self knows things about you that your current self couldn't possibly imagine. Again, think about that book that I was going to read, and I was so like, I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it, because my higher self knew. Anyway, haven't you ever had, like, maybe you don't know that you're having downloads from your higher self. I didn't realize I was. I thought I was just daydreaming. You know, I'll use the example of the border collie that I got. I one day was like, I need to check the internet to see if there's any dogs that need a home. Forgive me for not adopting from a shelter. I have regrets looking back. And there was this border collie, and I was always drawn to black and white animals, border collie. And all of a sudden I was having like visions of me with this border collie, taking her for walks, her playing with my children. I did not have children. And I knew in my gut that that dog was supposed to be mine. And looking back, I was getting downloads from my higher self. Anyway, trust your higher self. I know that it's easier said than done to trust your intuition, because we're taught to follow our logical mind. We're taught that our intuition is like fluff or wishful thinking. What if it's not? What if it's not wishful thinking? What if it's, you know, a direct line to the future? Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm in a weird mood. Anyway. But I just trust your intuition. I cannot stress that enough. Anyway. Simply take the leap of faith you feel called to make before others try to discourage or stop you. And people in lower vibrational energy, whether they understand they're doing it or not, don't want you, and I'm not talking about consciously, subconsciously, if they're in a lower vibrational energy, I'm thinking of the Devil card, they don't want... how can I talk about the Devil card without sounding like I'm talking about some, like, I hear other readers talk about, like, the devil doesn't want you to do this, and I'm not going to go that far. But that lower vibrational energy, there's there's collectives of people in different types of energy, and those people in the lower vibrational energies want people to stay down in that lower vibrational energy. So, you know, really open and honest, my friend has such a negative mindset that whenever I tell her I'm going to do something, she's like, why would you do that? Why would you want to do that? Meh, it's not going to end up well. Why would you want to do that? So just be careful, because like I said, even if people aren't consciously trying to deter you from that higher vibrational energy, from stepping into your power, subconsciously there's an energy thing going on that we don't quite understand. Anyway, that's all I'm going to say about that. I'm like really ranty in this one. Your guardian angel encourages you to go inward and pray for confidence and protection as you move ahead. Ask the universe to reassure you as you go forward. The changes you are considering will be the answers to your prayers. The leap you make will open a door to your heart's desire. You are safe, and the only real risk you face right now is ignoring your intuition and doing nothing. Let's keep going. So, leap of faith, unconditional love. So learning how to love yourself and then trusting yourself to take that leap of faith onto your soul path. Apparently that one wanted to come out. We have support. Interesting. What? You guys, you're on the right path. Listen, I've been seeing so many weird number synchronicities. And I've been waking up at like really weird times. Like the other night I woke up and I looked over at the clock and it was 2:34. Yesterday last night, woke up, looked over at the clock, 4:56. And that is, if you're seeing, I could talk all day about numbers, you know me, but if you're seeing numbers like that, 234, 123, whatever the rest of the numbers are, that's a sign that you're on the right path. You're in alignment. I'm telling you, again, learning how to interact with the universe, start paying attention to numbers, start looking them up. Anyway, my whole point is that you have card 2-2, and then you have 3, and then you have 4, 2, 3, 4. Anyway, support, and this is 4, which is Emperor energy, and this is Empress energy. And in order to go after your dreams and know your worth and trust your confidence, you need to be in that divine masculine energy, that Emperor energy. Anyway, this one is called support. So let's have a look at what this is. It's right after leap of faith. So I feel like you're being supported in your leap of faith, whatever that is. Assistance, backup, reinforcement, aid. Ask for all the help you need and more. Your guardian angel will help you with infinite love and joy. Let them. Michelle, what are you doing? I was just thinking about her. She just texted me during this reading again, which I'm doing at a different time of day anyway. I was just going to mention, there was a while there where I called in support. Like I said a prayer and I said, please, send me someone on my journey that I'm aligned with. And I've I've had people come in and out of my life, soul lessons. But I think that, I know that I've made a really good friend. So maybe, you need to call in a soul friend or a soul bestie. That was weird. You are not meant to face life alone. Your guardian angel reminds you of that. As a divine child of the universe, you are always deeply loved and greatly supported. However, your angel can only do so much without your permission. Even though the guardian angel is on duty and works nonstop around the clock to keep you safe and protected, if your free will leads you in the opposite direction, your guardian angel must step aside and respect your choices. Your guardian angel wants you to know that spiritual forces are ready to help you the minute you ask. Where in your life do you need more love and support right now? Be clear, specific, and vocal. Ask out loud for your guardian angel's help. And it feels like if you're not someone, I was not raised. I was raised around rage for sure. I didn't mean to say rage though, but for sure. But if you were raised in a household where wasn't religious and you never prayed, it could feel really awkward speaking out loud. I've told you guys about how I started speaking out loud to my guides and how weird it feels. Even just, speaking out loud to yourself at night. But it does work to get that out of you. I used to think I could just do it in my head. You can just do it in your head. You can do it through thought. But I find it helps to actually say the words out loud. Again, sat on my bathroom floor and said, if there's anybody out there, please help me. I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know what to think. I'm being called to jump out of this tower. And my guides answered, and I didn't believe in any of it when I asked them for help. You can ask for help in both big and little matters. Your guardian angel and all your other angels are available to you now all of the time. They want to bring you more ease and joy and reduce your stress and worry. They love making life easier for you. Be sure to thank your angels for their help. The more you thank your angels for their support, the more readily they will assist you. You will see. And this is remember I was talking about how on my vacation I had all of my kids and my sister and her husband and my partner thanking the universe for our good luck. They call it good luck. I know what was going on. The more you show gratitude for the things coming in, the more the universe will send you. The more you talk to your guides, the more they will talk back. The more you look for those signs and synchronicities, the more you'll receive. Anyway, I know it's easy for me to sit there and say that to you, but I am living, walking, breathing proof of that. I know that you can't possibly know that because you don't know me. But I am telling you, like, I often have times where I'm like, why doesn't everybody just do this? Like, imagine the world if everybody just woke up. Like, anyway, someday. And that's the point of light workers, to help awaken the world. Anyway. Okay. So we have 2 cards coming out. We have self-love. Another self-love one. And we have 13, change, higher self. Death and rebirth energy. Looks like a cocoon phase when you're, your butterfly wings, your magic is still growing. And I just think of how hard it is to let go of that, of your old self, and like take that leap of faith and spread your wings and fly. It's incredibly difficult. A lot of people don't do it. A lot of people start and then they hit some kind of obstacle on their path and they retreat back into their previous self. I've seen it happen. I've seen people, like, I get it now. I get it. I'm supposed to trigger people. And I've seen people experience that light and like, oh, like, I feel good. I feel happy all of a sudden. Like, I'm starting to love myself. They start to see the light. And then something happens in their life, or a tower moment happens, or they get sick, or something happens and they're like, they lose the sight of that light and they just stop, and they retreat back into their former self. I've watched it happen right in front of my very eyes. And it's hard for me because I'm watching it happen to someone I care about right now. A friend of mine, and they saw that light and they had completely changed. They were happier. They were feeling more confident. We were aligning more, like talking more. I saw a huge change in them. And then I was speaking to them yesterday and they said that they're over it. They're over working on themselves. They're over it. Like, after 2 months, they're over it. They've had enough of working on themselves. And, they told me that they feel crappy and they feel anxious and they feel sad. And I said, why don't you try doing those things that you were working on you were working on yourself, you were changing, you were feeling better. And they were, I can't be bothered. And that's so many people's, I've had it happen to myself. And those are the moments that test you. And again, I don't want to say the devil, but like my aunt used to tell me back when she was trying to convert me, again, that lower vibrational energy, it'll try and push you off that path, that lower vibrational energy, anyway. I'm just thinking sometimes about how difficult it is. Like, I'm sure if you're aligned with me, you probably have something within you that triggers people to, like, when you start spreading your light, you start to trigger people. Anyway. And again, you can't like force people to stay on that path. You can't make them, you can't convince them. They need to want to be there, and they need to have the perseverance to push past those fears and blockages. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about any of this. But there you go. So self-love, self-reflection, personal awareness, self-interest, self-esteem. You are being called to align with your true nature and consciously create a life that reflects, soothes, and and supports your unique soul. This is the foundation of self-love. Do not settle into a rut or a routine that numbs your soul. To love yourself is to choose what brings you joy, stimulates you creatively, and stretches your imagination. Remember how I was talking about the other day how I was feeling stagnant? That's how I do not settle into a rut or a routine that numbs your soul. I feel like I'm in a rut. Anyway. Reflect on what makes you feel, body and soul, more at ease, alive, nourished, present, and relaxed, and build a life on these conditions. Do not feel guilty or allow anyone to talk you out of caring for your soul. Recognize what creates stress and anxiety and decreases your ability to feel good in life, and avoid these conditions as much as possible. Are you a gentle, introverted soul, for example, who thrives on peace and tranquility? If so, choose to spend more quiet time alone to rest, rejuvenate, and tap into your creative flow. Avoid noisy places and people who show little sensitivity, overstimulate you, and disturb your peace. Are you an energetic, extroverted soul who comes alive with excitement and adventure? Then break free from the monotony of routine that comes with a predictable day job and enroll in a tango class, take a trapeze course, or join an improv group on the weekends, and let your fiery nature exercise its love of expression. Are you an intellectually curious soul who loves to dive deep into conversation, philosophy, and learning? Then go back to school or join a book club to explore subjects and works that interest you alongside kindred spirits, and avoid people and conditions that lull you to sleep with boredom. Are you an earthly soul who loves to garden, work with your hands, build, design, cook, and create? Then go outdoors, explore markets, visit garden or design centers, or better yet, create your own workshop or studio space that allows you to make the things you love. Your loving nature spirit encourages you to build your life around your true nature. This is the foundation of self-love. Know thyself, support your true nature with loving conditions, and reject anything that doesn't. And then we have change, and it says higher self. 13, death and rebirth, unknown, redirection, discomfort, uncertainty. Stay calm, adapt, accept change. Things will work out in surprisingly positive and beautiful ways. 333 on the timer. I just skipped ahead 3 lines. Sorry about that. Your higher self advises you to prepare for unexpected change. When it arrives, do not get swept up in the fear or reactivity that this change will incite in those around you. Change is not necessarily bad. I was just seeing if that was an affirmation. And you are not in danger. You may, however, be uncomfortable as life directs you in ways that you did not expect. Handle the added stress of change by staying out of your own head and getting more into your body. Redirect your uncertainty into physical exercise or activity to offset overthinking and maintain equilibrium. Take up running or do yoga, for example, to help you dispel the stress and anxiety that unexpected change causes, rather than drown in apprehension of what is to come. Check with your inner guidance as you go. Your higher self also advises you to be open to the changes showing up. It's challenging you to enter the unknown, but your higher self calmly assures you that no matter what unfolds, all is in divine order and you are safe. The process of change can be unsettling, but your higher self informs you that the outcome will bring positive new opportunities in the end. All right, so I actually want to get one more card from a different deck, because as I was reading that, I was seeing a different deck in my head. So it's the positivity deck, which I know I use all the time. I just like it. I really enjoy this deck. So let's get you a card, my friend. I think I need to start shuffling this one the other way because it's looking kind of curvy. Ooh. It needed that. What are you? What's going on here? Oh, I'm just holding it backwards, right? I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. All right. I have a little tear coming down. So let's cut the deck and we're going to shuffle. I'm not even going to look at the bottom. We're just going to shuffle one out. So what do you need to hear? The Law of Positivity Oracle. I don't know what this is about. Look at this. Right away I heard Emperor, Empress. It's 24, which equals 6, which is lover's energy. And doesn't that look like the Emperor, Empress? And we have my heart is open to receiving love. And then we have I let go of limiting thoughts that are holding me back. So limiting thoughts could be holding you back from opening yourself up to love. Limiting thoughts could be holding something back from entering your life, whatever that is, relationship-wise. So I kind of want to read 16 first. I feel like we've gotten this card before, but maybe I'm wrong. When we dive deeply into our thoughts, conscious and subconscious, we discover which empower us and which holds us back. We can sense disempowerment or empowerment by consciously observing and being with the thought and seeing how these illusions cause us to suffer. Do you feel you're being held back by thoughts infused with limiting self-limiting concepts and fear-based programming? Maybe you have heard once or more times that you can't, shouldn't, or won't do something that your purest heart wanted and truly believed that you would and could. Again, your intuition knows best, whatever this is about. This card is telling you to reclaim your power. Don't let your chattering mind, filled with doubts and a false sense of separation, hold you back, and instead step into your fullest power. Now is the time to release and transform these thoughts to empower and energize your true essence. Very interesting. So we have had this card before because we have the snake symbolizes a rebirth. Where's the snake? What am I missing here? Where is this snake? Oh, the snake's on the ground. The snake's like in this area. Anyway, so snake is rebirth, eagle is freedom, the Kurdish, if I'm saying that right, mountains and temples, our spiritual path, inner temple, and connection with our ancestral lands. Interesting. And this is on page 16, not 16, what am I saying? 64 and 65, which is equals 10 and 11. So there's that sync that we always get. So you could have limiting beliefs or other people's opinions when it has to do with love, Maybe you have a soul tie. My heart is open to receiving love. And that, again, that looks like the Emperor and the Empress. And this could have something to do, I don't know what the card says, but this could have intuitively something to do with you balancing your own feminine and masculine energies, which I did mention earlier in this reading. I think it's so important. Like, that's an important part. If you think of the Temperance card, it helps heal us. It helps balance us. It helps ground us to balance those masculine and feminine energies that we all have within us. Anyway. The heart, I don't know why I just took a big old sigh. The heart is the center of heaven and earth. Interesting. This is on page 82 and 83, which also equals 10 and 11. The heart is the center of heaven and earth, where we are most receptive and giving. The heart helps us communicate with and through our soul. It is the core of life and helps us transcend the body. Awareness of the heart allows us to connect with our emotions and open up to love and healing. Is your heart open or closed? The heart holds the internal consciousness and is connected to the divine. The heart is the center for healing and divine love, which translates into other forms of love. Love isn't only practiced between you and other people in your life. It is the universal connection and the eternal love of the divine. The heart is where healing starts. And when you have gone through pain and traumas, you can lose the heart connection. This can manifest as lacking self-love, feeling disconnected, lacking communion with the divine source, and feeling almost like an empty shell. When you're conscious of your heart and open it up, you invite unconditional love, compassion, healing, and forgiveness. And I feel like I used to say I felt like a shell until I awakened, and then I experienced a heart awakening, and woo. So maybe you have a blocked heart chakra, or maybe you're someone who's, working through that blockage, working through learning how to love yourself and to heal and to forgive people from your past, forgive yourself, forgive your parents. So we have, I don't want to mispronounce all this stuff, Kurdish traditional clothes, the cocoa bean, is that cocoa bean? It must be cocoa bean. Healing and opening of the heart. The rose represents heart healing. The chalice, eternal love. So that's what's coming out for you, my friends. So let go of limiting thoughts that are holding you back from opening to love or receiving love. And that doesn't just mean romantic. That also means family love, friendship, self-love. If you ever feel lost, please remember that you can make a home within your own heart. So again, I just have to stress that reading this book, I think there's only been 1 or 2 times where I had the thought, I don't agree with what this person is saying. Only 1 or 2 times. But that last chapter was like, woo. And one thing, I'm not here to analyze this person. Lovely book. But moving forward, I just want to have that disclaimer. I'm not sure if this person, believes in the universe or believes in spirit. Maybe she does. Maybe she believes in God. Maybe she believes in whatever she believes in. That's fine. But some of the ways she spoke about signs and synchronicities, it was clear to me that we're not aligned in that way. So I just want to mention that before I read another chapter. And please know that if I don't agree with it, or if I'm having some, like my Queen of Swords took over in that reading, I had to say something. So that may happen again, but we'll see. I don't think it's going to. I didn't feel any type of nervousness about reading this chapter, so I'm sure it's fine. You were never meant to find a permanent home in a temporary world. So interesting, because I wrote in a birthday card for my sister today that she is always like the feeling of home for me. No matter where she lives, no matter where I live, she's part of my home. Anyway, she doesn't live near me. Other people were never meant to love you into a feeling of safety and security. You were here to make a home within your own heart. You were here to learn that you don't need connection, but that without being connected to yourself, nothing else is viable. You are here not to bury yourself into a life someone else built, but find the courage to create your own. And I do agree with that, because I think a lot of us, I watch a lot of reality TV shows and for human behavior. But I think a lot of people, I've seen it, they say, I want someone who makes me feel safe and secure, and that comes from within. That's what I've learned through my healing journey. If you want the 10 of Cups, emotional fulfillment, you have to find that within first. And we aren't, every day is a new opportunity, affirmation. Anyway, and we also weren't meant to, again, burrow into someone else's life and just be a fixture in their life while they live their life. And, growing up, that's what I was raised. That's how I was raised. I watched my parents, I watched my mom burrow into my dad's life and never leave. She stopped going to see her family. She stopped, she was just a shell of a person. And that's how I was raised. And we're meant to find ourselves, I believe. Anyway. I'm so ranty today. Your chest is where peace is. Your heart is where love is. Your mind is where inspiration is. The people who walk along with you on the journey are never to be taken for granted, but they are also never to be utilized for your own emotional labor. This is a very short chapter. It is nobody else's job to make us feel safe, to make us feel that all is well and right. That's what I was just saying. It's not up. Full transparency, I used to say to, you'll notice that I call him my partner because we're not together in that sense. We're partners, but we're not, I rarely call him my husband. But years and years ago, I was of the belief that it was up to him to make me feel loved, and it was up to him to make me feel beautiful. And if he wasn't telling it to me, or he wasn't doing that well enough, or if I was feeling, bad about myself, I blamed him. Full transparency, I've done a lot of healing. And it was never his place to make me feel beautiful. The fact that I was putting that pressure on him should have showed me that I didn't feel beautiful. I didn't have self-love. Anyway. I don't know why I'm telling you any of this. I know I keep saying that. Until you are at home in your own heart, you will never make peace with the world. This is because you will be constantly requiring things to be different than they are, constantly needing people to fulfill their own expectations of them, constantly needing to weave around your fears and your triggers. What you have to realize instead is that home is not an idea, it's not a place, it's a way of being. It's a way you show up in your life and make it your own. It's a way you find comfort in the contours of who you are, not who you might become one day. It's the way you seek presence in all things, to realize that nothing is meant to be perfect, but everything is a new experience that you didn't have before and might never have again. Making a home within yourself is knowing you will always be okay, not because everything will go the way you initially planned, but that you will adapt even if it doesn't. Making a home within yourself is knowing that you will always move forward, not because it won't be hard to let go, but because you can do hard things. Making a home within yourself is knowing that you will always return to peace, not because you will always be comfortable, but because you are willing to feel uncomfortable in order to have the life you've asked for. We are not alive to coast. We are not alive to seek safe spaces within the idea of another. We are here to realize that we are the source of our own existence, of all that we create, of all that we are. We are here to bring ourselves home and then to show others the way back to themselves. So, the next one, 16 little reminders for when you feel like you aren't quite where you want to be in life. So, where's my bookmark? I'm learning my lessons. Bookmark in. So I'm going to go to one more part and just get some kind of affirmation card for you. So we're going to get a message from Spirit, but this time I'm actually just going to randomly pick one. So I can't see them. I'm going to pick that one and this one. Dearest you, a rigid tree branch breaks under strong winds, yet flexible seaweed survives powerful ocean swells. Right now, we gently remind you that being flexible is a good choice when faced with life's challenges. Surrender your fixed ideas to Spirit, who knows what is in your highest good and can deliver to you what you need in the appropriate form. In this moment, rather than fighting or being too sure of your way working out, be a little looser and allow for another outcome. Compromise can be the best way forward if you are to learn new ways of doing and seeing. Stay aware, curious, and teachable. Take life on life's terms. Your purpose may push you in a direction not on your map. Let it. Be so flexible that no storm can uproot you. In the end, you will still be rooted in the world in abundance, and you will indeed experience the beauty that is yours. We love you so much. And then this one is, Dearest you, the common sayings, be in the world but not of it, and wear the world loosely, refers to the need to be engaged with life while not being attached to specific outcomes. Do not take this world too personally, for you are one of many co-creators here to play, and we have many ideas about how all this should play out. Just know the outcomes don't matter as much as the presence you bring to each experience and how you let yourself flow through life. There's a real freedom in knowing and accepting this. So will you wear the world loosely, or will it straitjacket you? It's your choice. Whatever happens, have the courage to keep trying to live as you are meant to. And when it comes to manifesting, don't worry about the how. There goes my voice. Don't worry about the how or even the why. We have that covered. Everything is going to turn out exactly as it should. Spirit has a plan. All right, I had to clear my throat, and I decided to pause it. So anyway, my friends, I'm going to leave it here. I'm going to go do my muggle things. I hope you guys enjoy your day, whatever it is that you're doing. I feel like the glasses did help my eyeballs today, so that's a good thing. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your energy with me. Thank you for being on this path with me. I love you all, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.